Alright, now let's have a look at the second method that we could use when calculating payments in advance. So, payments in advance means, just to recap again, payments made at the beginning of the period. Beginning. If it's a quarterly payment, then payment in advance means payment made at the start of the quarter, not at the end of the quarter. So, if quarter 1 starts from January to March, if it's quarter 1, then the start of the quarter is January. Alright, and end of the quarter is March. So, advance payments means it is made at the start of the quarter. And arrears payment means it is made at the end of the quarter. Maybe take a note of this, because it will be very useful for you too, because this is where you can go wrong. When you are doing in the normal method, possible chance of making a mistake is you not selecting the right number of years. Now, when you, so according to this question, they did not give you the investment period. They only gave for how many times will they be investing throughout the period. So, it was up to you to decide how long it is going to be based on the payment method which is made in advance. Yeah. So, so this is what we need to keep in mind. Having said that, another thing is that advance payments always start with today. So, you will always have a period starting with 0. In this case, the period goes in years. So, you will have year 0 as your beginning one. Now, according to the question, we saw year 0 we had 400 rupees, and then this is end of year 1, which they will not invest because we invest in advance, meaning we have to invest at the beginning of the period. And this is year 2 beginning 400, year 3 beginning another 400, and year 4 beginning another 400. Why did we go up to year 4's beginning? Because the question said that there will be 3 payments made after the payment made today. Alright, having said that, let's look at the second method we could use to calculate the future value without having to draw this diagram. Okay, so first step would be anyway for you to draw this diagram. Step 1 is to draw this diagram. Then step 2 would be, but this diagram limited up to here. The purpose is to find how long your investment period will be. In this case, it is for 4 years. So, you have to keep that in mind because that will be used for your second step. So, your second step, we have the geometric expression formula, which is S, which is denoting the future value, equals AR, okay, multiply by R to the power n minus 1 divided by R minus 1. This is applicable for the in advance payment. These are not applicable for arrears payments. For arrears payment there is a different formula, but for advance payment this is the formula. Alright, so A stands for the regular payment we make. What is the regular fixed amount we make every year? In this case, regular payment is 400 rupees. Okay. What is capital R? Capital R equals 1 plus simple r. Then where simple r is equal to the interest per period. Which is in this question, they said it was 10% per year. So you write 10% per year. Then N. What is N? Number of periods. Number of periods interest rate is applied to. If there is no interest, then there is no R. If there is no R, then there shouldn't be an N. Okay. So that's why they say number of periods interest rate is applied to. And S is for future value. So these are future value formulas. Okay. Future value formulas, not present values but future value formulas. So see, this is how, so this formula must be memorized by you. You have to memorize this geometric expression formula, yeah, make sure you apply it only in scenarios where you have advance payments. Alright. Having said that, let's apply the question example to this. So, yeah, I hope you all took down a note of this, or maybe I can work it out. No, let me work it out this way. So, our regular payment is A 400 rupees. So, we could write 400. So, AR, recall in the equation chapter I mentioned if two letters or numbers are multiplied staying in this way without a sign between them, that means that sign means multiplication sign. Okay, but it's just invisible because for many reasons. So that means we have to multiply A by R. So R means R is equal to 1 plus R. So R, we know R is the interest per period. According to this question, what is the interest per period? 10% per year. So now first thing, it's 10% per year and the number of periods are also should be therefore in years, because interest is in year. No? Alright, so this will be 10%. Okay, so that is that. Multiply again by 1 plus 10%, which is R, to the power n. Now n is the number of years interest rate is applied to. For this scenario, it is in years. Okay, how many years? It's starting year 0 to it's going to second year, third year and fourth year. So that means there are 4 years. Okay, so put 4 minus 1 divide by 1 plus 10% minus 1. So your answer for the future value of this particular question using geometric expression is 2042. So we've learned how to calculate future values under if the payments are made in advance under two methods, one being normal method and the other being geometric expression method. I would advise in the exam better use the geometric expression method because it's less time consuming and only what you need to do is memorize the formula and make sure the n that you use is correct so n that you use is correct. So with that we finish regular cash flow calculations for future value if the payments are made in advance. Let's next look at payments made in arrears.